All right, what's up? I'm about to do the full moon in Sagittarius forecast. I'm gonna go through all the signs and just speak a little bit about Sagittarius energy in general. What's up, Sage? How are you? I'm just cleansing my surroundings first. There's root chakra vibes right there. All right. So I'm just gonna be waiting for. Well, I actually can't wait that long. So I'm actually just gonna get started. What's up, Sage? What's up, everybody else that's watching? Basically, we're gonna have a full moon tomorrow, the 17th, in the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius energy is dope. Like, this is actually this should be a pretty pleasant full moon. The only thing is that if you have been under like a more negative emotional state or whatever it be, then this is gonna expand that area. But the good thing is that it expands that area for us to acknowledge it so that we can actually bring changes to that area. Right now what's being expanded are things like broadcast, any type of endeavors that we've been working on, our morals, our beliefs, just any type of act of integrity is all going to be coming out right now. It's all going to be more exposed to the surface. Also too, what's backed and supported behind our morals and our beliefs. If you have your natal chart, if you're familiar with your natal chart, look at where Sagittarius is going to be transiting in your chart. Look at where the moon is going to be transiting in your chart, which is in Sagittarius. Also, look at your ninth house in your astrology chart too. Look at where Jupiter is located at as well, and this is going to give you a really good idea as to what's happening. What's up, Be the Gems? What's up? I've seen a couple of your videos. Like, keep putting it out there. Like, we can spread this knowledge about astrology, metaphysics, just the esoteric knowledge in general. So keep doing that. The moon is transiting your 10th house. Okay. So that makes sense. Like, keep putting those videos out there too. Like, because I'm gonna be doing the same thing, and no problem. So basically, with that being said, it's important now to kind of just like try to help inspire others, even just help motivate others, and make sure you're motivated first, though. Don't try to inspire other people before inspiring yourself, because it's like your expectations are going to be wrong. Because a lot of times too, if we're not inspired within ourselves, we try to like motivate others and inspire others with only the intentions of receiving that back. So we have to be able to already feel that sense of inspiration, that sense of optimism, and then we can share it with others, So with that being said, Sagittarius energy is connected to the ninth house in astrology. And the ninth house has everything to do with broadcasting, publishing, anything that has to do with expansion, big projects. So unlike everyday type of work, like just going to work and doing like a 9-to-5 job type of thing, or doing like administrative work, or just any kind of work that is on a smaller scale, this is not it. That's why it squares that's why the sixth house squares the ninth house, because the ninth house is about big projects, big expectations. It's about broadcasting big things, publishing big things. Anything that's big, 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 big is that's Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius and the ninth house also has to do with foreigners, has to do with our philosophies, our religions, our religion, our belief system, cultural groups, and just like foreign endeavors and stuff. So and also too, it's about traveling to far places, but also just traveling within the mind. So this is like what kind of connects to like our philosophical beliefs and spirituality as well. So with that being said, I'm basically gonna go over all the zodiac signs as it relates to where the moon will be transiting. You can use this for your sun, moon, or rising sign. I'm going to be also pulling angel oracle cards for each sign. So I'm going to start with Aries. And so for the sign of Aries, the full moon is going to be transiting the ninth house. So this means that the moon is going to be it's going to be brightening up and expanding your broadcast, your publishing. People could be noticing that you're quickly gaining more broadcasts. You may be putting out more broadcasts at a fast speed. There could also be that you could be increasing. There could be an increase to your popularity that's very quick, because it's the sign, because it's Aries, and Aries does things quick, and it wants to broadcast things quick. So there could be a sense of overwhelming, like a sense of feelings of being overwhelmed, or even feelings of being like really excited just to get things done in general. Really excited to complete projects, big projects. So any big projects that you've been working on behind the scenes or something like that is a good time to be broadcasting that. And you could be doing it. It could seem very quick to other people, but you probably were just working on it before. Hey, what's up, Tia? That's my sis right there. Show her some love too. So that's pretty much what's going on with Aries. I mean, the one thing I could suggest for Aries, anybody who has a sun, moon, or a rising sign in Aries, just try to like do things with a sense of important, like what's significant, what's more important right now, rather than getting like overwhelmed because there's so many projects or so many things that you're trying to do. Think of like what's important right now, so that you can kind of like relax and then get that stuff done at a more reasonable pace. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a card for the zodiac sign of Aries, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so I pulled out the strength card, and basically the strength card is connected to number 11, and it's about it says Archangel Ariel. It says great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So that's the card that I picked out for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. So the next sign is going to be Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. And thanks, Tia. And basically for the zodiac sign of Taurus, the moon's going to be transiting the 8th house. So basically this means that right now, it could be a little bit more tough for the zodiac sign of Taurus, because there could be some sort of broadcast to maybe like travel plans or something like that. Just keep in mind that this is kind of, it's expanding this area because there's something that you may not be paying attention to, some sort of details that you may not be paying attention to, and that could be why there could be some issues with travel plans or something like that. If it's not travel plans, that it's something that maybe you're investing in, that is some sort of broadcast is coming out. And since it's in the 8th house, a lot of times these broadcasts have to do with like insecurities and stuff. So there could be some sort of like what do they call it when something gets oh damn, I just had it. Starts with an R. You know when like something, recall. There could be some sort of announcement about like a recall, maybe in like some sort of your favorite food brand or your favorite something that you have that you invested in, and there could be like some sort of recall for that or something like that. There could be just like a temporary drop in like if you invest in like mutual funds or like stock market type stuff or something like that, there could have been like a drop to whatever you're investing in right now. I'm going to be completely honest. But the good thing is that like when things go into when the moon goes into your ninth house, there could be like some better news coming up. But for right now, it's just like this is broadening that area for you to kind of like pay attention to those details, maybe to make like new decisions to change some stuff up. There could also be some issues as it relates to shared values that you may have with somebody. So whether it be that you share an apartment, a house, a condo, maybe you split a bill for a car note or something like that with someone, so anything that you share, any sort of shared values, there could be some insecurity being broadcasted as it relates to that. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, you know, it's just for Taurus, it's just like a time where things could just be a little bit on the insecure side, but you could also have the resources to kind of just overcome that quickly. So keep that in mind. It's all like a progression point for you. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Also, the sex life might be expanded for the zodiac sign of Taurus because the 8th house represents sex and occult matters. So I pulled the Queen of Air for a zodiac sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and it basically says independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. So that's what I pulled for Taurus, Queen of Air. And Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So basically for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, the moon is going to be transiting basically your 7th house. So this has to do with partnerships, friendships, people that you may be in a romantic partnership with, people that you may feel connected with on a one-on-one level. And the 7th house has to do with likability and stuff too. So there could be some sort of broadcast of approval, of likability. You could be broadcasting this to another person or something like that. You could be sharing some sort of broadcast with someone else about somebody that you approve of or somebody that you like. It could be vice versa. There could be some sort of expansion of a friend or of somebody that's just somebody that you know that you may be like related to in some way. And also, if you, let's say that you have like a product or something that you sell with another person, there could be an increase in sales. So you may be having like an increase of sales in some sort of business that you may have or something like that. There could be an increase in communications from others. If you post something on Instagram, there may be an increase in comments or an increase in likes for some reason. But whatever it is, it's your approval rates are being increased right now, or you're noticing that somebody you know, their approval rates are being increased right now because it's Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius expands things in that area. So there could be expansion to friendships, talking to other people, in general, any sort of communications, business, and just relationships in general. That's Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card out for that sign. All right, so this one fell out. We got the 5 of water for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And basically 5 of water has to do with things not turning out the way that you'd hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. So there could just be like some regrets or something right now for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Maybe you disapproved of somebody who you should have approved of. I don't know. But there's some sort of regrets in that area. Cups cards too have to do a lot with just like emotions. Emotions could be a little heavy right now or something, but this energy always passes, so don't look at it in a bad way. So the next zodiac sign is going to be Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So for Cancer, there's going to be the moon transiting your 6th house. 6th house has to do with work. Nipple. I'm done. 6th house has to do with work, day-to-day basis. Yo, you said that at the wrong time because other people do not get that inside joke between us. But He don't mean nothing by it. It's just an inside joke. Anyways, I was saying Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Basically, the zodiac sign of the sixth house is where the moon's going to be transiting. So you connect that to the energy of Cancer. There's some sort of expansion in the care for work, daily routine, day-to-day basis, health, fitness, um, and also like just your diet in general. And when I say diet, I'm speaking of anything that you partake in, any type of things that you do on a day-to-day basis. You're ingesting that, you're taking that energy in, and then this influences the way that you behave on a day-to-day basis. Sixth house has a lot to do with behavior. So right now there could be an expansion towards your behavior at work. So there could be, you could get a promotion at work right now if you're a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Your behavior is being very approved of. Like people really like the way you've been behaving at work. There could be some sort of expansion towards your health, fitness, daily routine. So there could be some sort of announcement or some sort of broadcast of you losing weight or gaining weight because, Jupiter likes to expand things, but it just depends, like whatever, maybe you want to gain weight or something like that. I don't know. Maybe you want to lose weight. I don't know. That's like most people anyway. So, but there could be like, if you've been working on your health, your fitness and whatnot, right now, people could see your weight loss. People could see, because sixth house has to do with details and results as well. So people could be like, oh shit, like you losing some weight, like, or something. I see you dropping some pounds or something. Like somebody could be announcing that. Also too, there could be some sort of expansion as it relates to your work, if you're broadcasting any work or something like that. So keep that in mind as well. There just could be some expansion to details and whatnot as it relates to your work and broadcasting. And especially too for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Cancer is about the emotions and feelings. If you connect that with the sixth house, this could be work that has to do with art. So like singing, dancing, just drawing or something, anything that has an emotional expression being broadcasted. So that could be expanded right now too. So let me go ahead and pull a card for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We got the Five of Earth. So the Five of Earth, this usually has to do with like escape artists and stuff. So let's see. Fears. So it says fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So there could just be like a very like broad dynamic about like what you do for work or something like that. And there could be like a lot of ideas on maybe what you want to do for work. So a lot of that is going to be you could just feel like Five of Earth sometimes just means where there's like could be a financial issues as it relates to the work that you may want to do or something like that. But it's usually artists and stuff are connected to the Five of Earth card, and that's the reason why they're kind of like being secluded from the rest of society that does like mundane regular work. So the next sign is going to be Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So if you're a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then that means that you have the moon transiting your fifth house. So this means there's going to be an expansion as it relates to your creative endeavors. You may be interested in foreign endeavors. You may be interested in traveling or something like that as means for entertainment. You could be broadcasting a video or something like that, like whether it be a video of something that you entertain, whether it be like a video game or something like that, or whether it be like a music video, or whether it be an informational video or something, or teaching. There could be some sort of expansion to your profession as a teacher or as a professor or something like that. You could have an opportunity to teach another class or something, because this is expanding that area. So which means you'll be gaining more students or something like that, or more views, or more people coming towards you for professional purposes. That has to do with being on stage, being seen, being recognized. So this could mean like that's why I mentioned the professors or teachers or something like that. In any event, like the whole point is this area is going to be expanded in your life. So And then also too, there might be something like understanding the meaning and reasoning behind the recognition, or like behind a profession of creative endeavors or something like that. Like people may want to know, like, oh, why do you why are you a professor for chemistry? Why are you a professor for physics? Or like people may want to know the meaning, and if there's another meaning and reasoning behind it or something like that. And then you may be also looking for entertainment from others as it relates to learning in a class from a professor, or entertaining somebody else's music video, or entertaining somebody else's like channel or something. I don't know. It's Leo. Leo's all about entertainment. Also, two kids is going to be connected to this energy too. So there could be some sort of kids involved in your endeavors. And that's pretty much so. And it's Father's Day too. So that makes sense a little bit too if you're a father. So that's going to be for Leo. Sun, moon, or rising. And so I'm going to pull a card for Leo as well. Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so we got the six of air. And we can't even see it, 6 of air. So basically the 6 of air has to do with it says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So usually the 6 of air has to do with maybe you were going through some like a little bit of hardship. So now you're kind of just like going through the motion. That's usually what the 6 of air, aka 6 of swords card means. And a lot of times too, this could mean that you could be planning for a move, or you could be helping somebody else move or something. So that's going to be for Leo, sun, moon, or rising. So the next sign is going to be Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. So if you're a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, then the moon's going to be transiting your 4th house. So if the moon's transiting your 4th house, this has to do with your home life, your living conditions within the home. And so just like your personal comfort zone and everything. So there could be some sort of expansion to your personal comfort zone. You could just be broadcasting stuff within the home. You could be broadcasting some sort of foreign connection to, as it relates to the home. There could be visitors too. You could have like visitors come into your home or something like that, like family visitors. But there could be just more people around your home. And also too, this is connected, your 4th house is connected to your parents. So like there could be something with your mother and father that's expanded or being broadcasted. So there's a strong possibility your parents could get a promotion or something like that at their job or something. Or there could just be good news as it relates to your parents. There could just be good news about a home. So maybe if you were looking to move into a new home, or to get an apartment or a condo, whatever it be, whatever type of living space that you're trying to get, there could be good news. Like maybe that one place was like another person was gonna purchase that home, and like now it's suddenly available, and it's like broadcast on the internet. Like before it said sold, and now it's just like says like now the sold sign is gone, and you're like, oh shit, it's available. It could be something like that. And pretty much too, it's just like there's a sense of freedom and freedom of emotional expression within the home. So if you've been a person who's been more quiet about your emotions and feelings within your own living space, you may feel more open to broadcasting how you feel now with other people that live within the home. So that's Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Also too, you could be traveling away from home. You could be planning to travel away from home or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so we got 2 of water. And basically the 2 of water has to do with a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. So, Two of Water is Two of Cups. It usually has to do with bonding with others, feeling a connection with others. A lot of times this could be romantic, but it can also just mean like a connection of emotions and feelings. So caring, somebody else that you might care for, and at this time, right now you feel really connected and you're getting along for the most part. And if there was any problems between a relationship with you, especially like with you and like a mother figure, or you and a father figure, any type of parental figures, right now forgiveness is definitely open. Like the relationship's open to forgiveness, so it's a good time to communicate and be honest about your feelings at this time. Okay, so the next sign is going to be Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So if you're a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then this means that the moon's going to be transiting your third house. So if the moon's transiting your third house right now, then there's like some sort of expansion to your communication, area of communications, your environment. Now, this could be this broadcast or this expansion of communication could be related to something about you that you're broadcasting, but because the third house has to do with the environment in your neighborhood that you live in, and even like your younger siblings, this broadcast could be about them. It can go either way, it could be both. So there's some sort of expansion to your communication. You could be broadcasting more information out to others, maybe on Instagram or Facebook or whatever your social media of your preference. You could be sending out a lot of text messages right now. You could be sending out a lot of knowledge or something like that to people, just information of resources out. People may be coming to you specifically for information and resources. You could be communicating with another person that is doing like some sort of broadcasting or something like that. You could be communicating more in a foreign language or in a more philosophical manner. So you could be using certain jargon or something like that that has a lot to do with like religion and spirituality and your cultural beliefs or something like that. So right now that energy is going to be expanded within your environment and also you and in your interactions within your environment. So that's going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And also too, there could be like something to do with higher education, because the third house has to do with like your early education. And when you put Sagittarius there, this is mixing the two. So there could be some sort of broadcast towards your credentials, towards your education, or and other people's credentials and education as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So I also pulled the Two of Water for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And just like I said in the Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising one, there's a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. So if you've been having any problems with a relationship partner or with maybe a sibling, because third house has to do with your younger siblings, then right now it's a great time to resolve that conflict, because the emotions and feelings are present. And remember, Libra is an air sign, so it's not always connected to the emotions and feelings. So right now you may be a little bit more connected to the emotions for whatever reason. It could just be expanding that area, and it gives you the ability to be more caring of other people and their perspective, and then you can kind of have like some forgiveness coming about there. So that's for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this means that the moon's going to be transiting your second house. So basically, if the moon's transiting your second house, then this means that there's going to be some sort of expansion towards your values, your resources, your gifts, your talents, anything that you already have that you feel like is valuable. Anything that gives you a sense of value, a sense of confidence, because you have that as a value. And one thing about Scorpios is they value their freedom, because Sagittarius rules the second house, which is where the moon's going to be transiting. So right now there could be some sort of expansion to your freedom. There could also be some sort of expansion to your resources. This could be money. You can get a higher paycheck or something like that. You could be elevated to a higher position at work, and this gives you more pay per pay period or whatever. So then there's an expansion to your resources in that kind of way. You could be taking on another job, but I kind of can't imagine that because like it would take away from your freedom. But being that it is the second house of like money and resources and possessions, then you just may be more free. You may be trying to expand that area of your life of possessions. So then this can make you take the responsibility of taking another job or something like that. But in general, your resources is going to be expanded. And you may also feel a stronger sense of confidence right now too. Like you may feel more beautiful or something like that. You look in the mirror, you're like, oh damn, yo, that's me. And like this makes you feel more confident too. And a lot of times when you feel confident like that in one area, it tends to have an impact on other areas of your life too. That's why you notice like when you're confident in one thing, for some reason the confidence keeps coming. Is like it just keeps growing, and then as soon as somebody tries to knock your shit down, that's when shit starts dropping. But it's like right now you're carrying confidence right now, and that's going to be what's most valuable right now for you. So carry on that energy and get those blessings. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out a card for Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, so you have the Two of Air. So the Two of Air, which is basically similar to the Two of Swords. This card says, being able or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. So a lot of times the Two of Air card just means like, it's like a flip-floppy energy. Like when it's like a decision needs to be made, but you kind of keep like your two gray area, and you're not like choosing the black or the white side kind of thing, which it just, if you're having any type of problems in your relationships with your friends and stuff, and they want you kind of like to choose like, whose side are you on? It could be one of those situations. And then being that the moon's transiting is in the second house, so you're kind of just like, I'm free. Like I ain't listening to none of y'all. Like you just don't want to have shit to do with people's opinions on how they feel about the situation. You kind of just like feel free to make your own decisions kind of thing. That could be what's happening right now as well. So with that being said, so Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this means that the moon's going to be transiting your first house. So right now there's going to be some sort of expansion as it relates to your personality, your personal endeavors, your beliefs, your moral system. So right now you feel you feel like you should be asserting yourself in the area of growing your education, growing your credentials, growing anything that is gonna, and you're trying to do this quickly too. So you're showing people that you quickly are expanding like your who you are as it relates to your integrity. So right now you feel the need to make sure that you appear to be a truthful person, that you appear to be righteous in wherever it be, because this is just the first house. So it's just you personally. So just to mention too, when it comes to these transits, so like I said, for Sagittarius rising, this is going to be related to their personal self, their personality, and their own personal problems. Look at where Jupiter is located, and that's going to give you a better idea as to like where this is coming from, like where this is going to be happening at in your life. So it's coming from your personal issues, but it's going to be in wherever Jupiter is at. That's where it's going to be playing out at. So keep that in mind too. So now let me pull a card for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Also too, like traveling, maybe something that you're trying to do quickly, like out of nowhere, you're just like, oh shit, I gotta go travel to this specific place or something like that. That may be, it don't necessarily have to be out of the country, but there's maybe for some reason you're trying to travel. You may be broadcasting a travel. Okay, so you have the Justice card. And the Justice card basically has to do with, actually has to do with Libra energy. So it says Archangel Raguel, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So right now, you might be asserting yourself towards your beliefs and your philosophies and how you see the world, and you may be trying to prove that as being like the most moral or the most just or whatever. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you're a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then this means that the moon's going to be transiting your 12th house. So this means that right now you're going to feel more so like escaping, like being more to yourself, but for good reasons. Like you could be just escaping to yourself in order to expand your mind, expand your belief system, even like try to understand other belief systems, try to be, because the 12th house too has to do with giving up your own emotions and feelings to understand the emotions and feelings of others. So right now you could just be to yourself, gathering information, gathering some sort of empathy and connection to people of other belief systems, of other philosophies, of other cultural connections and whatnot. And you also could be trying to build, you make, if you were working behind the scenes on like building some sort of like creative endeavor, this could be like broadcasted now, it could be completed and you're ready to like show the world it or something like that. You could be broadcasting something as it relates to school that you might have been hiding. So maybe you are going back to school and like it's finally approved, like you got your financial aid or whatever, all that stuff is approved, and like now you're broadcasting like, hey, I'm going back to school. You could have graduated. That's another thing too with Sag rising too. You could be broadcasting graduating or something like that. Same thing with Cap too, Cap rising. You could be broadcasting a graduation, or there could be some issue where you can't graduate because there's some sort of details that you missed out on, and now like you're being told those details, but it's like perfect timing because now that they told you those details, you're able to somehow fix it so that you can graduate. Because the 12th house has to do a lot with things like details that were escaped and whatnot. So you could be getting those details now so that you can actually receive those benefits that you deserve. But there could just be like a lot of sleeping and stuff right now, and just like your mind going into a different time and place and stuff, for the most part for Capricorn, and connecting more to your family, to your like your roots and whatnot, and their cultural beliefs and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a card for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could also be more into spiritual beliefs right now. If you're a person who's more like religious, like you could be like Catholic, Muslim, Christian, or like more, that's like more of religions. You could be more into like spirituality right now instead, astrology, tarot, and just like more things that are more connected to the esoteric rather than religion. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, so you got the 5 of Fire. So this is a 5 of Fire card. So this is conflicts of interest. So it makes sense because Capricorn has a lot to do with their reputation and their status. So a lot of times they could be sneaky about the things that they're into because they gotta hide that for in order to protect their reputation. So basically this card says competing goals, bothersome details, conflicts with others. So you could just like I said, the 5 of Fire has to do with conflicts of interest. So there could be things that you're interested in that whatever those interests are and those people that you hang out with or something like that, they may not approve of another interest that you may have, and it could be between family and friends or different interest groups. All right, that's for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, then this means that the moon's going to be transiting your 11th house. So Maybe transit 11 hours. Capricorn. Yeah. So basically, this means that you're gonna there's gonna be some sort of broadcast or some sort of expansion as it relates to your interest groups, your social groups, the networks that you're connected to. So a lot of times with the 11th house, these networks could just be like your colleagues, it could be your friends, or any type of groups that you're connected to. For example, like I'm connected to astrology and like other spiritual things. So like those are the groups of people that I'm connected with. So that's what I mean. Like whatever you're into, other people that is into those same things. Right now, there's an expansion in that area. So you could be learning that so many other people are actually into this same exact interest that I'm interested in. There could be some sort of expansion of that community in some way. So like maybe at work, there could be a lot of people that you work with that you didn't even know they're like new or something like that, and they're into the same stuff that you're into. There could be a lot of you could be getting a lot of ideas right now. Grab yourself a little notebook and write it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're having a lot of ideas on stuff to invent or stuff to work on, write it down, because it could be a great idea. And if you already had an idea in the past and right now you kind of like completed the idea, you're ready to broadcast it, share it with the world. You could be getting an increase in subscribers, followers, Facebook friends, Twitter is followers on Twitter, and any other social media. There could just be an expansion to it. More people could be looking at your I think it's called LinkedIn. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like it's like for regular job. It's for all types of jobs. I just mean with social media, there could be more people looking at your stuff right now. So if you're Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So this is a good time if you don't have a job. If you're looking for a job, definitely put your resume out there, because people, for some reason, is geared towards your energy. You might be the lucky pick, out of the bunch right now. So that's Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a card for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, so you got the 5 of fire as well, just like Capricorn. So this basically means that again, it's like a conflict of interest right now. So there could be like you could even be competing with other friends, and this could kind of piss them off. Like if you and a friend like both applied to the same job or applied to the same group, or this is even sororities and fraternities and all that shit. It's like even school too. Like even if you applied to a specific school, for higher education, so college, it's like you could have gotten into the school and they didn't, or vice versa. So this could be a conflict of interest. It's kind of like it's awkward now, kind of hanging out with them, because it's like some like kind of resentment. Like, you're gonna go there, like, they ask you're gonna go to the school, because it's stupid, I don't think you should go there. It's like they're gonna you ever have people do that? They want whatever it is that you got the opportunity for, so then they try to downplay it or something like that, because 11th house has to do with one-upping too. So just like, don't let somebody try to downplay or like one-up like your benefits or something like that too. So that's Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, the moon is going to be transiting your 10th house. So this means that basically right now you're going to be broadcasting your public status in some way. Your public status could be expanding. You could have a lot of people like looking at you to see if your reputation is like has integrity, if like you're being a truthful and an honest person. So you may notice there may be broadcasts related to that. You could be broadcasting the integrity of another person, and pretty much like anything that you do, career wise, or like could be work, but mostly like what you want to be known for, that could be broadcasted, and people could kind of like see it, because a lot of times Sagittarius energy is kind of just like what people could see. So this could just mean like an expansion to that area of your life too, where something seems to be growing, to be expanded. People could see it being built. So it's like what you're building. So if you're a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, whatever you're building, it's like people could kind of see it now. People kind of get the point. Because a lot of times too, Sagittarius has to do with what's the overall message, what's the point. That's what brings our philosophies and stuff too. It's like, because we have something that we feel is most important, and that makes something the point, the main message behind it. So that's going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could also be broadcasting like some sort of traveling to for a career endeavor. And you could be broadcasting some sort of foreign endeavors, or broadcasting some sort of like foreign or cultural connections. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Damn, yo, this card keep coming out. Like, I'm tired of seeing this goddamn card. It's the 5 of fire again. So there could be a conflict of interest as it relates to where, and to be honest, I personally have a conflict of interest. Like, I pull this card out for myself a lot as well. Well, in the past I have, not really recently, but I personally actually, and I'm a Pisces, I do have a conflict of interest because I have like a regular job right now, and I'm on here right now at 11 o'clock broadcasting the other shit like that I actually care about. But yeah, so it is what it is. Squares are good. Like this 5 of fives are like a square kind of energy, so they always represent like you just needing to balance those energies out. So that's pretty much what I have for the full moon energies. The full moon's tomorrow. It's going to be in 25 degrees Sagittarius, so it's connected to the number 7, which has to do with divine timing. And I also have a gemstone to share with everyone. This is Unakite. I don't know if you guys can see it because the lighting's trash. I have a lamp, but it ain't helping that much. But it's Unakite. It's connected to the earth energies. It's connected to love, and pretty much the way that we express love in a way, like it's emotional connection. It has a lot to do with like the 2 of Cups energy kind of, and any type of earthly energies too. So just feeling connected to the earth, loving earth, and then receiving love back from the earth. So it's a receptive energy, kind of like how you treat the earth is like, that's what the earth is going to give back to you. So it's connected to your value system. And also too, it can help you feel more connected to earth if you have been feeling disconnected from earth. So I'm sending this energy out to everybody. Take it in. It's Unakite. And that's all for tonight. I'm sending everybody love and light, and thank you so much for watching. Deuces.